Hello and welcome everyone to the class. My name is Audrey, and for today's reading lesson we will look at an article titled 10 Ways to Go Broke. Okay, it's called 10 Ways to Go Broke. So you can imagine, let me explain first this title, 10 Ways to Go Broke. So that's using a very common idiom that we use in English. Maybe you've heard to be broke means to have no money whatsoever. So these are 10 ways to be completely broke, to have no money. And of course, we're hoping that you don't do these things. But a lot of times we hear about good financial advice. This is some bad financial advice we're going to look at today. Okay, so I'm glad that we have a couple students. Welcome. Is it Dane? Danai, right? Okay, very good. It's nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Chile.
Okay, wonderful. Nice to meet you. I like your hair.
Thanks.
Okay, very good. Are you new here on Verbling?
Yes, I just started today.
Okay, very good. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm glad you're in the class. I hope you can enjoy this class. Okay.
I will.
Yeah, so again, it's 10 ways to go broke. It's kind of a humorous article, but hopefully if you read it, you will know what not to do to lose all your money. Okay, next we have Nihan. How are you?
Hi, Audrey. How are you?
Great, nice to see you. Are you doing well today?
I'm a little bit sick, but
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
yes, but I can take 2 days off for this reason. It works some way.
Yeah, so maybe you're sick, but you can rest a little bit from
Yes.
work.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, very good. Well, it's nice to have you in class. So
Thank
hopefully
you.
you will enjoy this class. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. So it looks like we're open for everybody. So all of you viewers who are watching, you can go ahead and join now. This is a reading lesson, so we have an article which I will show to you shortly. It's separated into a section. Afterwards, I'll correct your pronunciation and we can ask questions and discuss. Okay, so we're going to start with our introductions. So tell us your name, where you're from, and similar to this article, or keeping with the theme, say what you think the fastest way to lose all your money is, okay? So the article is titled 10 Ways to Go Broke. How do you think the fastest or the worst mistake you could make is to lose all your money? Okay, so be thinking about it, because when it comes to you, you're going to have to give your answer. Ali, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Hi, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, very good. So go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about this topic. What do you think is the easiest or the fastest way to lose all of your money?
Okay. My name is Ali, and I'm from Syria. I think that there's a noise.
Yeah, there's a little bit of noise.
that
Before we start, I'm just going to mention, try to, number one, close out the Verbling window. So
Yes.
everybody in the class, make sure that your Verbling window is closed. And if you have any background noise, to just mute your microphone, and you can unmute it whenever you are ready to talk. Okay, so just so we can understand everybody, we can hear everything okay, try to be respectful. Okay, so go ahead, Ali.
Yes, I think the fastest way to lose your money is to be a broker.
Be a what?
A broker.
A
Broker,
broker?
like Yes.
Oh, yes, like
In
in the
stocks
stocks?
broker, yes. Yes, in the stocks.
Yeah, so
Yes.
a very risky business right there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so but why do people do it if it's so easy to lose your money?
Why? I think they don't have anything to do. Just take the risk.
Okay. Okay, maybe could be. Okay, so yeah, that could be one way to lose your money. And it looks like we might be having some problems with people getting booted out of the Hangouts or something. It looks like we might have some connection issues. So I apologize if we have any, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Okay, so let's see. Bachar, welcome. How are you?
I am fine, Uchai, and you?
Great, nice to see you. So tell us where you're from and what do you think is the fastest and worst mistake you can make to lose all your money?
I am from Turkmenistan. I am living in North Cyprus. Uh, Money. So, what money? I am not understand, teacher. Sorry.
Yeah,
Right,
no problem. So the
right,
class, the reading, sorry?
writing, please.
Oh, would you like me to write it? Okay, sure. We'll come back to you, okay? We'll come back to you and I'll write it in the chat. But again, the article is 10 ways to go broke or 10 ways that you can lose all your money. So I'm asking, what is one way that you think you can lose all your money? Okay, so I'll come back to you, Bachar,
Yes.
and we'll go to Elizabeth. How are you, Elizabeth?
I'm fine, thank you for asking. What about you?
Great, it's nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Okay, good. Welcome to the class. And what do you think about this question? What do you think the easiest way to lose your money is?
I think people doesn't that people don't should be spend a lot of money, you know, because if you don't have you need to know there are so many cars or something like that, credit cards or something like that, because if you don't have money, not is good idea, I think. No, I don't know.
Yeah, so a lot of people use those credit cards even when they don't have the money
Yes,
to spend and
easy.
spend.
No,
Yes, definitely. Okay, very good. Let's go next to Enrique. How are you?
I am fine, Audrey. Thank you for asking. It's nice
Okay,
to see you
nice
again.
to see you. Yes, always nice to see you. So tell us where you're from.
I'm from Colombia.
Okay, great. And what do you think about this topic?
I think if you don't have a goal in your life and you have most time free, it's possible you you use that time for buy many things and you waste your money.
Yeah, so just having free time, not having any plans or goals could definitely be
Yes.
a way. Okay, very good. Mine, welcome. Nice to see you again this hour.
Hi, nice to see you too. I have a connection problem today. I don't know what's wrong, but I hope I can stay in the class.
Yes, I hope so too. Do you think it's on your end, or do you think it's a problem with Verbling?
I don't think the Verbling Hangouts problem. I think Google has some issue. I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know. I want to talk about the opposite 10 ways to become a rich instead of to become a poor. But I can use these tricks of contrary, and then maybe I will be rich.
Right, exactly. So maybe you don't want to follow these steps. Maybe you want to do the opposite of them.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. And what do you think, Mine, is one of the fastest ways you can get broke?
I think yes, one of the dangerous thing, how to use the credit card, or yeah, that is important point. If you don't control how do you use your credit card, maybe you can become a bad easily.
Right. And once you get that debt, it's very hard to get out from under it.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Excellent point. And we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go through the article, because that is one of the points. Nihan, would you introduce yourself?
I am Nihan from Turkey. I think I agree with the whole class. The easiest way to spend your money is a credit card. If you don't earn enough money to your spendings to your outcomes, you can easily be unbalanced and go broke to become poor. Yes.
Exactly. So again, the credit cards are a big problem. They can be helpful, but they can also be very problematic. Okay, very good. We have Paulina. How are you?
Hey.
Hi, nice to see you. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Paulina from Chile. And I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just...
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes?
So
okay.
welcome. That's okay, because hopefully you'll understand as we keep going. But
Yes.
again, the article is about 10 ways to become broke. Becoming broke
okay.
means that you have no money. So what do you think, Paulina, would be one of those ways?
Credit card.
Yes, you agree
Credit
with
card.
the general consensus of the class? Credit card?
Yes. Credit card I think is the most common way that people are coming broken.
Okay, very good. And lastly, we have Rendra. Have you gotten your microphone fixed? Make sure that your mic is not on mute. Okay, I'll come back. So just let us know if you get your microphone fixed. But we're going to go ahead and start with the class. Rendra, I'm going to mute you because there's some echo coming from your mic. So make sure that you have your Verbling window closed. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me put the document on the screen. And I don't think that Verbling chat is working for me right now. So let me post it. Let me see if I can post it. Oh, here it goes. Can everybody access the link in the Verbling chat?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Okay, very good. Oh, let me put it just in case in the Google chat. Let me put it just in case in the Google chat. So if you can't access it in the Verbling chat, I've put it in the Google group chat that's on the left. Okay, there's still some echo, so just make sure again that you have your Verbling window closed and your microphone muted if you have some background noise. Okay, so again, you can click on my screen if you want to keep my screen up so you can read it, or so you can look at that lovely picture of the broke man. Okay, we'll start first with Ali. Ali, would you read us the title and the first paragraph?
Okay. 10 ways to go broke. It's easy to find fragile advice on how to make and save money, but you rarely hear about the things you do to harm to your financial future. Sometimes we spend so much time skimming for wealth, we forget to hang on to what we've already got. before we break out the credit card or plan that expensive trip, check out these 10 ways you can easily and quickly go broke.
Okay, very good, very good. Just this word right here in the first line, frugal advice. Okay.
Frugal, okay, frugal.
Yeah, frugal. What does it mean?
also?
Yeah, let's think about that. What does it mean, frugal? Does anybody know what it means, frugal?
Can I say maybe it's
Yeah, go ahead.
like a full
I know.
Okay, it's not exactly foolproof. I'm sorry, Ollie, your microphone's having some connection problems. So hopefully the connection will get a little bit better.
sorry.
No
Can I
problem.
say?
Yeah, Mine, go ahead.
Economical, avoid waste, spend money. Something like that.
Okay.
Stingy.
Yeah, so
Stingy is the right
you
word.
could
Yes.
say stingy. So if somebody is frugal, they don't like to spend money or they like to save their money. So it's easy to find this frugal advice. It's easy to find advice about saving money. And then the next part of the sentence says, you rarely hear about the things you
Audrey,
do to harm.
can I ask
your
something?
future. Sure, go ahead, Nihan.
Is it the same meaning, stingy and frugal?
Yes, stingy and frugal are the same. If you're describing a person who doesn't like to spend money, you could say they're either stingy or frugal.
But I think stingy is not a good description for a man, like envy or jealous. It's a different, it's a little bit different meaning, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Stingy, even though they mean the same thing, they have different connotations. So the word stingy comes with some negative connotations. If you call somebody stingy, it's not necessarily a good thing.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so excellent point there. Okay, so Mina, this is what you were talking about. You'd like to hear how to become rich, not how to become broke.
Yes.
But maybe it's important to see what not to do as well.
I agree with you.
Okay, Rendra, I see you in the chat. I tried to give you a chance, but your microphone's not working. So if your microphone is working, go ahead and speak up, but I'm not sure that your microphone's working. So any other questions in this section? This is just our introduction. We have 10 different ways we're going to go through. Hopefully we can get through most of them. Any words or phrases that you didn't understand just in this introduction?
Nope.
Okay, then very good. Let's go to the next section. So we have way number 1. And you guys had suggested a couple different ways that you could go broke or that you could lose your money. This is number 1, according to the author of this article. Batya, could you read number 1 for us?
Okay, sure. Not taking care of yourself. Unexpected medical bills for serious illness or accident can document your savings and max out your credit card quickly. If you fail behind on payments, you call this story your credit or be forget to give up things like your car or home. Spend the money for annual check-ups, vitamins, a gym membership, and health foods where your set bill and look both ways before crossing the street. Whatever it takes to keep you healthy and safe.
Okay, great. So let me point out a couple words for you. The first one was unexpected. Unexpected.
Understand. Okay.
Okay, and I wanted to point out something that might be helpful to everyone in the class. So if you see this word right here, this word is decimate, decimate, not decimate. The C has a soft sound, so it's decimate.
That's
Okay, and again on this word right here, it should be forced, forced. So that C again has the soft sound. And just making a point of pronunciation, how do you know if the C has a hard sound like a K or a soft sound like a C? Does anybody know? How do you know how to correctly pronounce the C in a word? Okay, it depends on the letter that follows the C. So if you have a C followed by an I or an E, it has the soft sound. So we have in that word decimate, there's an I right after that C, so it's decimate instead of decimate. Okay? And then if the C is followed by any other letter, then it's that hard sound. Okay, so any questions in this section?
Okay, I have a question about that. You said decimate, but after force, after C in the force, it's come E. Why you said forced like a S sound?
Right. So if it has it's decimate. Decimate is the incorrect pronunciation.
Oh, decimate is the right.
Right. Mm-hmm. So anytime it has an I or an E following, it should be the S sound.
Got it. Okay, I misunderstood. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Words that you didn't understand? Okay, so what is this number one saying? What is this problem?
Can I explain?
Yeah, go ahead, Mine.
If you have an unexpected medical problem or health problem, and that cost is very expensive, but in the USA, I don't know another country. For example, my country in Turkey, it's not expensive like America, but if you have any unacceptable car accident or any kind of accident, your medical bill, like it costs arm and a leg, it's very, very expensive, and sometimes people cannot afford that kind of the bill, and that is the reason in US people should carry off their health.
Right, exactly. So especially in the US, the medical care is very, very expensive. So even something simple, it can cost you thousands of dollars. So it's very important to take care of your health, especially for monetary reasons as well. But maybe you can think that taking care of your health is also an expense.
Yeah,
so it says spend the money for annual checkups, vitamins, gym memberships, health foods. Well, that sounds pretty expensive to me.
Yes, you are. You are right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So maybe it's taking a gamble.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments?
Welcome to Turkey, Audrey.
Is it better there?
Yes, especially health insurance is taken care of by the government, you know. and
Mhm.
it's very cheap here. Some
Yeah.
European people came our country to be treated or recovery.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's very, very expensive, and even when you do have insurance in the US, it's still very expensive. Not only the insurance is expensive to pay, but the insurance doesn't cover
Very
100%.
set belt. Can I ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, wear your set belt and look both ways before crossing the street. You mean is preparing before you doing something? Or you preparing you before you decide something?
Yeah, what this is referring to is wearing your seatbelt when you're inside of a car. So if you're in a car, you need to wear your seatbelt or the protective belt that goes across your chest so that you don't get hurt in an accident. And then
Traffic
when
rules.
you're,
Oh,
mm-hmm,
okay.
right. And if you're walking on foot, then you could say, look both ways before crossing the street. That's also going to keep you safe so you don't get hit by a car.
Oh, so in the station in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Very good. It's nice to have you, Rendra.
Yeah. I'm so sorry
I know.
about my microphone.
Oh, that's okay. It's nice to have you now. Any other
Yeah.
questions? Okay, so remember this. Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
You could destroy your credit or be forced to give up things like your car or home. You mean you stop your credit card?
Well, it could destroy your credit. So your credit score, I'm not exactly sure how this works in other countries, but in the US, maybe somebody can tell me and help me how it works in your country. But when you have a credit card, you have a credit score, and it's how well you pay your credit card bills on time. So if you can't pay your bills, you can't make your payments, your credit score drops, and the banks won't trust you to loan money.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
That's
Does
good.
anybody want to
Thanks.
talk about how that works in their country?
I know.
Okay, go ahead, Mine.
In Turkey we don't have a credit score, but in US it's very different than the other countries. Also, we don't have a check account. Our bank system, if you don't pay, they charge more interested, and they charge more interested, they charge more interested. Finally, you are dead. But other than, it's not effective your credit score. You can buy the house, you can buy the car at the same interest rate for everybody.
Okay, I see. Very interesting.
Yes.
Okay, and the word is interest rate.
Interest rate, yes.
Okay, good. Any other comments or questions?
No, I think.
Okay, great. Let's go to the next one. Danai, would you read this one for us?
Yes, okay. Keeping all of your eggs in one basket. Having all of your money tied up in one investment like a stock or property gives you a higher risk of being completely wiped out financially if something goes wrong. Think about the disastrous results of the collapse of the banking system or the headline-making Ponzi schemes that left thousands without a dime. Diversifying your money will protect you in case of unexpected circumstances surrounding other investments.
Okay, very good. Let me see. The only correction that I have for you is this word should be wiped out.
Wiped, okay.
Everything else was good. So before we ask questions and talk about it, what is this one saying? Keeping all of your eggs in one basket. What does that mean?
I don't know.
You have to put your money in different uh, investment.
Mm-hmm.
For example, houses one, or and the bank another part, and so on. But not
Mm-hmm.
just save your money in a bank, because if the bank breaks, you lost all your money.
Right, exactly. So that's what this phrase we have, keeping all your eggs in one basket, means keeping all of your resources in one place.
Okay.
That's a problem. You don't want to do that, because if that place has an issue, if the bank, like you said, Enrique, goes out of business, then you are broke. Okay. Any questions in that section? Okay, let's go to the next one. Elizabeth, would you read number 3? Are you there, Elizabeth? Make sure your microphone is not muted,
Yes,
but we'll
yes.
go. Oh, there
There
you're
is
there.
internet. It's so slow. I don't know why. What
Oh, no
happened?
problem.
Okay, sorry. Okay, but no, okay. Not reading the fine print. Do not sign a contract for anything, whether it's a gym membership or home, until you have read every single line, paragraph, and have it reviewed by a accountant, lawyer, or both. Hidden fees, confusing language, and cancellation terms can all be hidden and cause you big. How do you say it? Sorry.
This one big, big.
You big if you don't pay attention. If you can explain what you are paying for, the someone else consider a different option.
Okay, very good. Let me point out 2 words. The first one for you, Elizabeth, is this one hidden, hidden. Okay, so it's not hidden, it's hidden.
Thank you.
Hidden.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And the next one was this one, language, language.
Language.
Okay.
Sorry.
Perfect, perfect. No problem. You did very well. So, Elizabeth, what is this one talking about? Not reading the fine print. What is that? How can that be a problem and make you go broke?
Okay. I am a lawyer. Some people come to me for advice. I always say it's important read the paper, the document. I don't know, because when the letter is small, it's really important read that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right. So a lot of times they put it in the fine print. That's what we call it when they print very small. So they
yes,
assume that you're not going to read it, and they can put a lot of things that maybe you wouldn't normally agree to.
yes. It's important, really
Okay.
important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other questions from the paragraph?
Nothing.
Okay, so what do you think about not reading the fine print? Do you think that could make people lose all their money by just not reading what they sign?
Maybe you ignore the print, the fine print, maybe,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and
What could happen then?
you could save your money, and you don't have willing to join with like gym membership or yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Any other comments? Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 4. Enrique, could you read it?
Okay. Start expensive hobbies. You might have enough for the essential purchase of a boat or a horse, but the upkeep and continual financial commitment for these activities can be astronomical. A boat needs maintenance, storage, and licensing, or, or education costs for using it that can all add up quickly. A horse needs food, caretakers, a stable, lessons, and veterinary attention. Before you start something, think about how much you really will pay for it.
Okay, great. So this is another thing that can lead you into a bad path to poverty or being poor, being broke, starting expensive hobbies. Let me correct 2 words for you, Enrique. This first one in the second line, initial.
Okay.
Okay, so the initial purchase, and the other one was financial.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Excuse
So
me, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Financial or financial?
People say it either way. So you could say financial or financial.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? So what do you think about this one, starting expensive hobbies? Do you see how it could maybe lead you into this path?
I think this kind of hobbies is really expensive. If you don't have enough money, then you cannot start this kind of hobbies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of times people think, I want a horse and I have $400 and the horse costs $400, so I'm going to buy it. But once you buy it, you take on a lot of responsibilities more than just that initial price. So you have to keep feeding it, you have to keep taking care of it, and maybe even if you had enough money to purchase it, you don't have enough money to continue having it.
I think in USA, owning pet is also expensive. Any dog or cat also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was there another comment? Paulina, did you have a comment?
No, I think it's common that people are not going to buy something that they can pay. So you're not going to go holidays to the paradise if you can pay for that.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, do you think people always make the right decisions, though?
some people. Just some people.
Yeah, so a lot of times maybe they don't afford it or they couldn't afford it, but they do it anyway. Could be.
Yes.
May I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think always we should already estimated our for example, when we want to go to the, for example, register for example, expensive hobbies, we should already estimated what how many money we have, and then decide about what do you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if yeah.
Go ahead.
And if by doing this, I think we can do better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so look at the money that you have and then decide from there what you can do with that money.
Yeah.
There is common proverb about this situation: cut your coat according to your cloth.
Can you say it one more time?
I can pass the chat box.
Okay. Ah, I see, I see. And explain to us, Nihan, what that means.
You have to which Sakine said, you have to estimate your income and spend the money according to your income. If you spend more, your clothes will not be very good fit on you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that's a great saying.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, very good. Any other comments or questions? Okay, let's go to number 5. Mine, could you read number 5?
Sure. Not having insurance. Health, life, home, and disability insurance can protect you and your family in the event of an emergency or major life change. If your employer doesn't offer health insurance, look into low-cost options that at least have hospital coverage. Unavoidably natural disasters such as earthquakes or floods, your home insurance can help get you back on your feet. No one expects to be hurt or have their home destroyed, but not preparing for it could cause you even more pain and loss.
Okay, very good, very good. I'm not sure that I heard any problems. You had great pronunciation. Maybe this word right here, unavoidable.
Unavoidable, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everything else was good. Are there any questions here? So this number 5 is not having insurance. Another way that we can go broke because we have these unexpected situations, and if we don't have insurance to cover them, that can be a big problem. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, let's go to this next one, co-signing for a loan. And this one might take a little bit of a description, but Nihan, would you like to read number 6?
Of course. 6. Co-signing for a loan. If you are helping out a child, friend, or family member by co-signing on a loan, do so with caution. Unless you truly trust the persons to pay bills on time, don't do it. You may be on the hook for unpaid bills, late fees, and damage to your credit. Your loved one may have the best intentions of paying the loan back on time, but as we know, life can happen and destroy your financial well-being in the process.
Okay, great. So, Nihan, what does it mean co-signing for a loan?
I have no idea.
Okay, does anybody know? What does it mean to co-sign for a loan, and how could it be a problem?
Yes, when a person sign a contract and you sign too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you are the co-signer.
Exactly. So maybe if you have a son or a daughter who wants to buy something, but they're not old enough or they don't have credit to get out the loan, you can co-sign the loan. And so the loan is in your name, even though they're paying the payments. Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.
So this co-signing a loan, according to the author, is a really dangerous thing that you could do to make you lose all your money, because you're signing in your name, and the credit is in your name, but it's somebody else's responsibility to pay for that loan. So if they don't pay it, you're the one that's in trouble. Okay, what do you think about this, co-signing for a loan? Would you ever co-sign a loan of your family members?
Yes, I would.
I will too.
Okay, good. So hopefully you trust them, right?
Yes, I trust
Yes.
them and they trust me too also.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Yeah,
it will
okay.
be bad, it doesn't matter. I can pay for my family especially, not
Mm-hmm.
my friends or another college. But for my family, I can pay. It's not problem.
Okay, yeah. So maybe there are some things that are more important than money in this case, right?
Yep.
Okay, very good. Anybody else? Would you co-sign for a loan? Maybe for your friends, it might not be the best idea.
No, never.
I think it could really damage a relationship
I
if you have to.
I prefer to give money that cosign a contract.
Right, right. Because at least then the friendship isn't in jeopardy. Okay, good. Any questions in this section? What does it mean here in the middle of the paragraph? It says you may be on the hook for unpaid bills. What does it mean to be on the hook?
To be in a problem.
Okay, yeah, to be in a problem. Could be in this case. Have you heard the phrase to be off the hook?
Yeah, I heard that.
What does that mean?
I'm not quite sure what does mean. I think it's opposite. On the hook is like you have a difficult situation. Off the hook, you can avoid the bad situation or dangerous situation.
So it's almost like that. But the real key is that if you're on the hook, you're responsible for something. So you may be on the hook for unpaid bills, meaning you are responsible for those bills.
Is it on the edge like this, or you are on the same ship?
Oh yeah, like on the same boat?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. On the same boat or on the same page, meaning you're at the same place with somebody. You understand what they're going through at that moment.
I don't mention about the place. You are on the same position, kind of same age.
Right. Right, but that's a little bit different than this one. To be on the hook means to be responsible for something.
Okay.
So if you say you're on the hook for these unpaid bills, even if your family members don't pay, you're responsible for paying. Okay? Okay, let's look at number 7. And Paulina, would you read this for us, number 7?
Yes. Treating home equality like an ATM. I don't know. I can see. Yes. Okay.
That one is refinancing.
Okay. Refinancing often and taking cash out your house can cost you thousands in fees and interest. Doing this also forces you to pay more for your home than what is worth. It will leave or if you in trouble when it's time to sell. If you really need something, save for it. If it's an impulse purchase, wait a week to see if you still need one.
Okay, very good, very good. So this again is a little bit of a complicated process. treating home equity like an ATM. So what does it mean to refinance a home? What does that mean? Any
I don't
idea?
know.
To go to a bank and ask for a different way to pay your house,
Mm-hmm.
and they give you money if you want.
Right. So it can be a complicated process, but basically you go to a bank and maybe if you need some extra money, you can change around your interest rate or pay your house in a different way, and they can give you money for that exchange. So you can get money now, but it might be worse for you in the long run.
Can I ask a question about that?
Sure.
Like when you get money from the bank, you make your house like encourage or change or security. What is the word you should use?
When you do this process, you mean?
Yes.
You would just say that you're refinancing your home.
Refinancing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right. So that's what the process is called. You're refinancing.
They increase the time frame to pay your loan, and then they give the money for you.
It depends. There's a lot of different things that they could do to refinance it. They could change up the interest rate. A lot of times what happens is because your home increases in value, they can give you that extra money that your home has increased in value right then.
I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not an expert in home refinancing. However, I hope that you can at least understand a little bit of
No,
what
I
it means.
understand. I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, so again, a lot of people, if they want to purchase something, they will go and refinance their home to do it. So maybe they want to get a new sports car, so they'll refinance their home and the bank can give them some money. But really, it's not a good solution because they have the instant money, but it's going to cost them more than it's worth.
And in addition, you have to pay the interest.
Mm-hmm, right. Okay, very good. So this is number 7. Any questions here? Any other questions? Okay, let's go to 8. We have 3 more. And let me see. Sakine, would you like to read number 8?
Number 8. Okay, sure. Buying a house that's too big. Bigger isn't always better unless you can justify the extra space. Example, a big family working from home and
Etc.
etc. Sorry. Stick with something smaller. Large homes mean high taxes, utility bills, and maintenance that can add up and may not be accounted for when you decided to buy the home. It also may be harder to sell a large home in a recovering or weak economy in the future.
Okay, great. Great pronunciation. Any questions
Thank you.
here? So problem number 8, buying a house that's too big. Again, it could be a similar problem to, remember we had choosing expensive hobbies. So you invest your initial investment, but you don't think about how expensive that's going to be in the future. So maybe you have the money to buy that house, but you don't have the money to pay for the utilities, the electricity, and the bills, things like that. Okay, any questions?
What is stick in this case?
Stick with something smaller or to stay with something. So to choose something smaller, to stay in a
Okay.
smaller place.
Stick means to choose.
In this case, yeah, it means to stay or to remain in a smaller house. So you're choosing the smaller house over the larger house. That's their suggestion for you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, we've got two more. Let's see. Number 9 is very similar to what a lot of you said in the beginning of the class. And Ahmed, welcome to the class. How are you?
Fine.
Great, nice to see you. Would you like to read number 9?
Okay, hello everybody. First, number 9, spending more than you earn. This one might seem like a no-brainer, but in households with more than one income, the perceiving amount of money you have may be less than you think. Not sticking to a budget can make it easier to spend on frivolous items without accounting for the bills and other expenses that should have been secured first.
Okay, very good, very good. Let's look at this word right here in the third line, perceived, perceived.
I have a question. What's the meaning of perceived?
The perceived amount is the amount that it seems like you have. So the seeming amount, the perceived amount of money you have may be less than you think. So you actually have less money than you think you have. Okay, we also have this word frivolous. What does it mean, frivolous? Frivolous items.
It means not serious.
Mm-hmm. Right. So if you're describing an item, it could be something that's unnecessary, maybe ridiculous or silly. You don't need it. Okay. And this phrase right here, it seems like a no-brainer. What is a no-brainer?
There is no thought about subject, for example.
Mm-hmm. Right. So number 9 says spending more than you earn. It seems like a no-brainer. It seems like something that's obvious, but then they later say it's necessary to say this because a lot of people do spend more than they earn, like we talked about with the credit cards. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, we have one more. Let's go to number 10. And we have, Danae, would you read number 10 for us?
Okay, not saving for retirement. In your 20s, 30s, and even 40s, it can seem like retirement is far off and that you'll have plenty of time. However, the longer you wait, the harder it is to put away enough money to sustain yourself after work life. If you find yourself injured or sick and forced to early retirement, you may have nothing to fall back on. Research the options available through your employer or bank to start saving today.
Okay, very good. So this is that last mistake, not saving for retirement. Who can give an explanation of what retirement is?
Retirement, when you work for 100 years, then you will be retired.
Hopefully not that long.
Yeah, but it is very long in USA, I think so. Your age is after 65, you can be retired in USA, am I right? For
right,
full
65.
benefit, yes.
And what is it in Turkey?
In Turkey, they can be retired 45, something like that, I think so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so 65 is like 100, right?
Yes.
Everything is
right.
different in America.
Yes. It seems like everything is worse.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but this retirement, the last point was not saving for retirement. You have to start saving while you're young, even though when you're young, you're not thinking about when you're going to be old and not able to work. That was the last point. Okay, any questions in
Audrey,
that section? Yeah, go ahead.
yes, what's the difference between far off and far away? I could use in this could I use in this case far away?
Mm-hmm, right, both the same. Far off and far away, the same.
Okay.
Okay, good question. Any other questions? Okay, if not, then that's all the time we have. Let me take down this screen. I hope, Mine, that even though it didn't tell you how to be rich, that you can just not do those things, and maybe at least you won't be poor, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, very good. So again, if you want to take a look at the article and review some of the words that we did go over, the link is in the chat. Otherwise, thank you all for participating, and I hope to see you soon, okay?
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Audrey.
much.
Yes,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Take
Have
care.
a good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye-bye.